They say a man's worth is measured by the battles he wins, by the trophies he earns, by the wars he wages against the world. But what if I told you, the greatest battle a man will ever fight is the one inside his own mind? What if I told you, the toughest opponent a man will ever face is not out there in the world, but right here? Sound effect, soft tap on the chest. Within, we grow up with the idea that masculinity means toughness, that we should never show weakness. That fear is something to hide, not confront. But real strength, true masculinity, isn't about suppressing fear. It's about facing it. Not running, not hiding, not pretending, but standing face to face with the shadow inside of you and saying, I'm not afraid to feel. I'm not afraid to grow. I'm not afraid to fall, because I will rise again. This is not just a motivational talk. This is a mirror, a reminder, an awakening. Welcome to your greatest challenge, your greatest transformation, your greatest victory. Fear. It's ancient. It's primal. It's in your DNA. Thousands of years ago, fear kept us alive. It warned us of danger. It sharpened our senses when predators circled in the dark. But in the modern world, that lion isn't out there. It's in here. Inside your thoughts. Inside your doubts. Inside your beliefs. Today, fear no longer protects us. It limits us. Fear whispers, you're not enough. You'll fail. They'll laugh at you. You'll be alone. Don't try. Stay where it's safe. But here's the truth. Fear is not the enemy. It's a signal. A compass. It points toward the very thing you must face to grow. Fear is the gatekeeper of greatness. It stands in front of the path that leads to purpose, peace, and power. What if? What if you leaned into it? What if you walked through it? Let's talk about the fears we don't talk about. Fear of failure. Many men would rather not try at all than try and fail. But failure is a teacher, not a verdict. Fear of vulnerability. Showing emotion, opening up, admitting you're scared, sad, or uncertain. The world says, be a man. But real men feel. They don't fear vulnerability, they master it. Fear of judgment. Will they respect me? Will I be accepted? Will I look weak? These are silent fears that dictate our choices. But remember, people judge no matter what. You might as well be yourself. Fear of being forgotten. Legacy. Impact. Significance. The fear that one day your life won't have mattered. This fear can paralyze you, or it can ignite you. Turn that fear into fire. There's a kind of bravery the world applauds. Loud. Aggressive. Showy. It's the man who yells the loudest, fights the hardest, pushes the farthest. But is that really courage? Or is it just performance? True courage is quieter. It's the man who goes to therapy. It's the man who says, I don't know. It's the man who walks away from a fight, not because he's weak, but because he's wise. It's the man who confronts his childhood wounds, who sits alone in the dark and faces his demons, who learns to forgive, who learns to love, who learns to start over. You don't need to lift 1,000 pounds. You need to lift your own soul. That's the weight that matters. Let me tell you a few stories. Mark, the executive who couldn't sleep. Mark was a CEO, made millions. But at night, his heart raced. He feared he'd lose everything. Until one day, he quit, downsized, faced his trauma, and found peace, not in status, but in silence. Jamal, the father who was abandoned. Jamal never met his dad. He grew up angry, until he became a father himself. He feared repeating the cycle. But he chose love. He chose to show up, even when it hurt. That's courage. David, the soldier who couldn't cry. David saw war, death, pain, but he couldn't cry. He was numb. He feared feeling, until he broke down in a parking lot. And that breakdown became a breakthrough. These men didn't fight the world. They fought themselves. And they won. So how do you begin? How do you face the fears that hide in the corners of your mind? Here are some tools. 1. Self-awareness. Write. Reflect. Ask, what am I really afraid of? 2. Breathe. Fear lives in the body. Learn to calm your nervous system. 3. Tell the truth. To someone. Anyone. Secrets feed fear. Truth sets you free. 4. Take the small step. You don't need to conquer everything. You just need to move 1 inch forward. 5. Seek support. Therapists. Coaches. Friends. Real men ask for help. 6. Reframe fear. Fear isn't a stop sign. It's a signal. Go toward it. Fear will shrink as your courage grows. Let's redefine strength. It's not how loud you speak, but how deeply you listen. It's not how many fights you win, but how many times you rise. It's not how much you hide, but how honestly you live. The world doesn't need more warriors trying to conquer everything outside. The world needs more men who are brave enough to look inside. If you want to be respected, start by respecting your own truth. If you want to be strong, start by confronting your own shadows. Because the greatest courage of a man is not fighting the world. It's facing the battlefield within. And if you're listening to this now, you've already taken the first step. You've already chosen the path of the brave. So walk it. Head high. Heart open. Eyes clear. Soul ready. Because the bravest man isn't the one who wins every battle. He's the one who dares to fight the one that matters most.